It's even more evident with how today went that Kelee Ringo is the breakout star for 2025. He is absolutely gonna get the first crack here. It seems for CB2. I think it's well deserved. I think he has been an absolute stud for the special teams, and when called upon, again, I think his pedigree coming out of Georgia. Yes, he may not be the exact fit, but I think with how he would play with Q, with Coop, I think Kelee would work just fine. Absolutely got to be Ringo season here, baby. We need him to be the guy who steps up this year in order to keep this defense a top 10 defense. It's Ringo all the way.
I'm going to go my man Jalyx Hunt, 25 years old, played all 17 regular season games last year, only 1.5 sacks and 7 pressures, but absolutely delivered on the biggest stage during the Eagles postseason. Played 30% of the snaps in the playoffs. He had a sack, 5 quarterback pressures, 2 QB hits, 7 total tackles. Just has those elite measurables that you love in a Vic Fangio system, man. 6'4", 250 plus. We all know his raw athletic score. It was like a 9.22 out of 10. It's funny how like suddenly the Jalyx Hunt mold has now become like what I think of as an edge rusher for the Eagles. And it's funny in relation to our reaction when they drafted him in the 3rd round last year. But this guy's transition to being a football player is wild, man. He was a safety, then he became an edge rusher at Houston Christian just a few years ago. He's a guy that can create mismatches with his versatility. He's a guy that can rush the passer, drop into coverage, just checks off a lot of boxes. Big and fluid in coverage, disruptive playmaker. He has all the measurables, and I think the biggest growth for him this offseason is just becoming a more consistent pass rusher. I think he's already a guy that can set an edge and be a great run defender, but I just want to see a little more of a pass rush repertoire. I want to see him become more of a chaos bringer in that backfield. That's my expectations for Jalyx Hunt.
Look, Jalen Carter's going to be double and triple team, so that second defensive tackle is huge, and it's got to be Moro Ojomo. This kid has come on. He was my player to watch going into the year. I think he got better and better as the year went on. He made a lot of plays in the playoffs. I think I read somewhere he had one of the top win rates from that D tackle position. This kid has the it factor, man. I love the way he plays. He reminds me of a Milton Williams in the way that his career trajectory has taken, right? You didn't hear too much from him early, and then he's gradually worked his way up, and I thought played a really nice role, playing more snaps than Jordan Davis as the season went on, and the fact that Jalen Carter never came off the field. I think that Moro Ojomo is the guy here, and I think he's going to flourish next to Carter. And, I don't understand, that this is why I was never paying Milton Williams. Like, this is the one position where you truly have the right backup in place to step right into the role that Milton Williams is leaving. So, Moro Ojomo, it's time, baby. You're the guy this year. You're the breakout guy.